darkness came over the entire earth. And then Jesus cried out in a loud voice, saying, "Father, into your hands I commend my spirit." And having said this, he breathed his last. He addresses his Father again. Just before he gives up the fullness of his human life, finishing what he had been asked to do, his Father has pulled him back. In a moment of death, Jesus has learned what it means to give up everything. It's his last sermon, not for his Father. It's his last sermon for us. How to die well. How to recognize that his words to his disciples, "Anyone who dies will live. Anyone who wants to be first should be last. Take up your cross and follow." These are not empty words. They're words that bring us into the full relationship with the Trinity. "Father, into your hands I commend my spirit." Dr. Helen Kubler-Ross, studying people who are dying, said, "The ones that finally accept their death are the ones who become alive. When they don't resist it, but they embrace it, they become creative in ways they never thought they could be." This is a scientific study, and yet we have the words from the cross that knew about this 2,000 years ago. When Jesus says, "I'm back. I'm dying, and I'm following your will, and I'm happy about it. Father, I am handing myself into your hands, freely, without any kind of anger, without any kind of resentment. Father, into your power, into your will, into your love, I surrender my spirit." What a great journey these 7 words have. From Father back to Father. And in between, Jesus purposely surrendering everything he is to fulfill his Father's plan for our ability to go back to the Garden of Eden, back to our truest selves, back to who we really were created to be, sons and daughters of a living God without any taint, stain, corruption of sin. And so Jesus, we ask in prayer, Jesus, it's very uncomfortable to recognize that there is much in our lives that we have little or no control over. Death being the ultimate fear. But I recognize, as do we all, that I will have a date with my own dying. When it comes unexpectedly, or sometime in the autumn of my life, it will still be the same. Jesus, I ask, give me courage. Take away my fear and let me have faith and trust in you as you had in your Father. That even in all your agony, suffering, dying, even in the incredible, excruciating pain you endured for 6 hours hanging on a cross, at the end, you surrendered everything into the power of your Father's hands. May all of us here tonight know you, Jesus, in a richer way. Know that you have conquered death, that you will forever rise again, not only as you did on Easter, but rise in all of our hearts every day when we surrender ourselves little by little to your love and always to the will of your Father. Jesus, anoint us all as we conclude these 7 words. Anoint us with your love, your courage, your grace, and let us be reminded every day that you've already conquered death, and there's no reason for us to have that fear any longer. You will always rise again in us.